Hello and welcome to a Let's Play of Wolfenstein for the Super Nintendo. Today is the 30th anniversary of Wolfenstein's release on the PC, and to celebrate I thought I'd play the version that I played as a kid. And so here we go. Blazkowicz, you've served the Republic well. You're our top operative, a one-man strike team. However, infiltrating the Master State will not be easy. Stadtmeister and his forces are determined to rule the world. Your first task, find and eliminate Hans Gross, Stadtmeister's most ruthless enforcer. He marshals the forces from a castle outside Dresden. You will have to wade through his crack troops to reach him. Good luck. Okay, so this is Wolfenstein for the Super Nintendo, and I'm playing this via emulation. I do have this cartridge of this, but I have a PAL Super Nintendo and it's somewhere and I'm not sure about setting it up, and yeah, this would be easier. However, I am playing with the Super Nintendo controller from that system via a USB adapter, so it's sort of half authentic. I'm playing with a legitimate controller. Right, so it's Wolfenstein, so you can turn around and it's all kind of blocky walls, and if I remember the controls, that's shoot. Oh, it also has a map. That's what happens when you press start. Yes. Pro tip, it's B to open doors. So off we go. Now, you may notice that the resolution is dramatically lower than the PC version. They make up for it for quite nice weapon sprites and a HUD, but ultimately Blazkowicz is particularly short-sighted and blurry visioned. And so yes, I don't think I'll be doing a full Let's Play of this, but just to give you a taste, because I've spoken to a few people and they don't they don't know this game very well on the Super Nintendo. Still remember some of the secrets. So you may already know, but the obviously the PC version has it's World War II themed, so you're fighting the Nazis. But when this was put onto a Nintendo system, they didn't really want that, and so they've replaced a lot of the iconography with just like what's that, kind of a plus sign, and the Alsatians are now rodents of unusual size, and you've still got things like it's set in Dresden and it's the Master State, things like that, so it's kind of like, bare minimum of changes, but it's kind of funny in a way. This was 1993 this was released, so I think there was a lot of stuff about violent video games and controversies about all sorts of things like Mortal Kombat, and yeah, they had lots of regulations in those days. I mean, that could have been anything. You get up close, it's alright, and it did look quite nice in the screenshots. But the guys are literally like 2 or 3 pixels across. Honestly, I have no idea how this is going to look on YouTube. I'm recording in 1080p, so that I found that if you're recording in lower resolution, that the YouTube compression just completely kills it. So you should at least see crisp, blurry pixels, if that makes sense. So the level design's slightly changed compared to the PC version. In that there's I think let me see. I think there's 6 episodes in the base game, and there's 10 floors in each one. And I've cut this down a little bit, and I think there's only 3 in this episode, so it'll just be a shorter Let's Play. Another reason why I thought I'd do this one. I quite like the fact that they've done that, makes it a little bit more accessible, because they do drag on a bit sometimes, these mazes. And that's the exit of the first level. So if I bring the map up, you can see that where we've come from. And this map isn't in the PC version, so it's quite useful that you know, you can helps you find secrets and all that. So yeah, off we go to the exit. And the presentation's improved a little bit. You've got the scrolling background, and you know, you've got the introductory. Like the introductory text at the start of the episode, things like that, to make it a little bit more console-y, and yeah, generally quite a good game. And you know, if you don't have a PC and you've got a Super Nintendo and you're a kid that likes seeing these sorts of things, well, this is the game for you. I think I originally rented this from what would it be? The video store. They did some games like that back in the day, and then I think I picked up a copy of this. So there we go, second enemy type. Not a massive variety of enemies in this game, and you know, the levels are nice. They get a bit mazy on the PC, but they're okay on this. But ultimately, you know, Doom really surpasses it in terms of the way that they can make sort of more tactical kind of opportunities in the combat. In this, it's basically you've got a square room and some guys in it, and you have to shoot them from the doorway, and that's about it really. And it's kind of that over and over again. So that texture that's the entrance to the floor, so that's where we came in. The controls are not bad actually, apart from forgetting what the door open button was. Now you're about to see what happens when you die, I suppose. The other buttons, X and Y, I don't think they don't do anything actually. Oh, they might be run or something. I do have the manual for this somewhere still. It's not really needed. Here we go. So it's got the secrets behind these pushable walls, which is very nice. I hope this is watchable. As I'm playing, you know, I'm using the D-pad to turn, and it's got a little bit of acceleration and stuff like that. So it's not terrible, and the frame rate, you know, this is the NTSC version, so running is slightly faster than what I'm used to on my 50 Hz system. But generally, I think it's playable enough. They sacrifice the resolution to make it so that it does sort of work. So you check the corners, no one there. It's quite nice. I'm playing with headphones. This is a far more advanced audio than what that was used to with the old mono TV. I can actually tell which direction the enemies are coming from on the stereo sound, which is quite quite helpful. There is I won't call it a bug, but it's quite annoying that they can basically kind of shoot. They can shoot you through the wall a little bit when you're by a door. So it's, I don't know, it's a little glitchy. You get used to it. Right, this is pretty challenging. There's 3 of the. Well, I'm not sure what they're called in this. They're like you know, they shout. I died. They shout Nazi things at you in the PC version, but I'm guessing they're just commandos or something in this. One fun thing is that the soldiers have kind of a brown uniform and blue shoes, and they look just like a plant pot from that distance. Oh, it's a plant pot. It's a guy. So I'm They probably should have changed that a little bit. Another thing is that they you can only see the enemies from one direction. They always face you. Not that you can really tell once you get past like 3 feet. And it's like that. It's nice that they have the statues and stuff like that though. These suits of armor. Oh yeah. So when you run out of ammunition, you get a knife. This isn't going to go well. Oh, not quite as badly as I was expecting. Oh, thank goodness. Some ammunition and health. Right, so let's try this again without getting killed. I never actually finished this back in the day. I got quite far, but it ultimately it does get quite repetitive, and then I'm sure something else came along that was more exciting. But yeah, they have quite a few levels in this. Here we go. And that's the end of level 2. And it has passwords, which I really like, because I remember stumbling across an old notepad that had tons of those written down for all the different levels. I can't remember if it's particularly detailed in what it remembers you have, but I suppose it just needs to remember a bit of ammunition. Right, so unlike the PC version with 10 floors, this is the boss level already. You can tell by the dramatic music. Let's make sure we're exploring thoroughly. So as you can see, the weapon sprites are significantly better on the Super Nintendo than they are on the PC version. So we've got the chain gun and lots of ammunition. And here we go. Coming for you. So it's like a gruff American dude instead of a German. So this is how you cheese this boss. It's pro strats. Stand on this health and basically just walk back and forward and pick up all the health as they get you. And that's the key. So technically you could run past the boss and just try and get there, but hey, extra life. Right. Another extra life. And so yeah, we could play this for longer, but I'm going to call it there because I think this is a good place to stop. That's the end of mission 1. Perfect. Hey. So you never cease to amaze me, BJ. You have defeated the horrible Enforcer Hans. I congratulate you, but the Master State does not rest. So neither can we. We don't have that luxury. Their scientists are building weapons, chemical weapons. Yes, in direct violation of the Geneva Convention. You must go to Castle Erlangen. Find and neutralize the source. The head of the elite guard there is Trans Gross. You must terminate him. We're counting on you. So, thank you very much for watching. That was Wolfenstein on the Super Nintendo. I'm not sure I'd necessarily recommend it over the PC version. But it is fun and it has a lot of nostalgia for me. So I'm glad I was able to show it if you haven't seen it before. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!